Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be comparing two super popular suburbs here in the Denver metro. We got Littleton on one side, Castle Rock on the other. Definitely both great areas, but just depending on your wants and needs, depending on where you're going to be commuting quite often, one might be better suited than the other for you. So with that being said, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so jumping into things, comparing, Littleton versus Castle Rock, big battle here today. So Littleton is going to be the one that's going to be more on that southwestern portion of the Denver metro versus Castle Rock is pretty much directly south from the downtown Denver area. So realistically, if going to the mountains is important to you, even if commuting to downtown Denver is important to you, Littleton might be that better choice for you as opposed to if you're remote, if you're just hanging out, and maybe you want to have, great access to shopping and truly be encased in the mountains down there in Castle Rock. Castle Rock could be a great option for you too, but just keeping cognizant of a lot of people who still commute. Coming from Littleton will run you about a half hour in peak traffic, as opposed to coming from Castle Rock is going to be more like 45 to an hour. So that is something to consider, obviously, because when you're adding 15, 20 minutes on each direction, it doesn't sound like much, but then when you're stuck doing it every single day, like, maybe I should have lived in Littleton, right? So definitely something to consider. And then in terms of going to the mountains too, you are going to have closer proximity coming from Littleton as well. So just something to call out for you guys, not to say, we're a big fan of Littleton or anything like that. I do live there, a little fanboy over here, but hey, overall, Castle Rock has a ton of great things to offer as well. But in terms of just getting around, commuting to those two areas, Littleton does kind of take the win there. So always like throwing that out there for you guys.
All right, now let's pop Mr. Joe's little balloon about Littleton.
Take me down a few pegs over here.
Let's talk about the things that Castle Rock does do better than Littleton.
Admittedly, there's some.
Obviously, the shopping, right? So Joe knows I like to shop, and so one of the biggest things about Castle Rock is the outlets. There you go, exactly. There's a ton of outlets and access to shopping. So within Castle Rock, you are within 5 to 10 minutes of shopping, depending on which neighborhood in Castle Rock you are in. You could definitely go to the outlets during the weekend. There's also close proximity to grocery stores. There's close proximity to my personal favorite, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. You got to shop on a budget.
Monique's doing all her Christmas shopping after this video. Yeah. Straight to Castle Rock.
You're getting, the best bang for your buck. So that's definitely one of the cool things that is unique in Castle Rock in terms of accessibility to shopping. Whereas Littleton, how long does it take you to get to the grocery store?
So yeah, all right. So I'll give her this, okay? So in terms of what part of Littleton you're coming from, I live down in Sterling Ranch, which is a little bit more secluded than the main part of Littleton. The shopping and just pretty much all commercial stuff is a little bit more broken up in Littleton. So there is no big central hub versus it is nice in Castle Rock. Admittedly, they have the big Castle Rock outlets down there. They have a Whole Foods over there. They have like all of your necessities in one big plaza versus Littleton. You're going to Aspen Grove for your little, nice little shops around the holidays and all that fun stuff. But then if you want to go to like your Whole Foods and some of the other places like the mall, then you're going to Southwest Plaza, and like they're somewhat close to each other, but they're a good 10, 15 minutes apart. Like it's not one big plaza, like you nicely have it housed over there in Castle Rock. So it is just a little trickier to navigate throughout Littleton because it is just such a big area.
Right, and then one of the things too to bring up, I know we just tried to shoot down Littleton, is with Castle Rock having such great offerings with shopping, you do get into some congestion on the weekends.
Yes. If
you are planning to go shopping on the weekends, because that's a place to shop. So definitely, give it back to Joe, give him back, some points for Littleton there, but definitely something worth considering if you are going to make, that drive down to Castle Rock. Do account for that time because you are going to spend a little bit of time in lines, especially during the holiday season if you're looking to capture some deals and do all of that.
Now, what I will say, that's a great point by Monique. Yes, it does get busy, especially come the holidays in Castle Rock. That's a whole to do. However, come summertime, Littleton might actually be the one that's more congested on the weekends because we always think about like what is drawing people to these two areas, right? And so on the Littleton side of things, there's a lot of different outdoor activities that are exclusive to that area. So Littleton specifically actually has Chatfield State Park, which that's a big one in terms of if you're into boating, if you're into paddleboarding, like all of your fun aquatic stuff. Chatfield is a big lake there, and that draws people from all surrounding towns to come there and hang out over the summertime because although we don't have beaches, we do have nice little places to hang out and still go enjoy the outdoors. So that's a big draw versus Castle Rock doesn't really have that big centralized lake. So Castle Rock might be, a little tamer come summertime. So not to say that one is, severely more congested than the other. However, throughout different parts of the year, there will be just a lot of foot traffic depending on what people are coming to do in those different areas. All right, guys, so we're over here brawling these two out. However, they do have a lot of commonalities too. So it's not just, one versus the other and they're so separate and so different when it comes to what they share in common. So specifically, we're calling out some of the outdoor activities with, Chatfield or, going over to shopping, all this fun stuff for the holidays. They do both run a lot of different holiday stuff going on. So on the Littleton side of things, Hudson Gardens is a big area that they do a big jack-o'-lantern festival there come Halloween time. They're very about, Christmas tree lighting over there in the same area as well over at the Denver Botanic Gardens, but it's technically just the Littleton branch over there, but still all in that same realm. And then on the Castle Rock side, they have a lot of fun stuff over there as well. So they're also into, you know, Halloween, Christmas, all that fun stuff. So
they do a really big lighting of the tree actually down in the shopping centers. So you can go down to the outlets, and it's like this year it was the Colorado's largest tree, which was like 55 feet or something with over.
That ain't fitting in my house.
You know, definitely something worthwhile. We took the kiddo out and actually spent time doing that. So that was fun. It was, like I mentioned, congested. So just plan for that. But it's pretty cool in the sense that both areas do include a lot of activities that are family friendly. Yeah,
definitely. The other thing to call out for both these areas too is another thing they both share that is unique to these two. They both have really, really cool historic downtowns too. So something we call out in various videos, you know, some suburbs will offer it, some won't. That's something that really is very, very nice about both these areas because it does allow you to sit there, go out to dinner, go out for drinks, and just stay in your local suburb without having to go to downtown Denver versus some of these other suburbs, especially some of the more like true mountain towns. Not so that they don't have a lot to do there, but it's just you're limited. You're going to probably be going to the same 2 or 3 restaurants. There's not a ton of variety versus, you know, both of these have a ton of different options in terms of restaurants, in terms of, you know, a lot of cool breweries that are local to these areas, just a lot of fun stuff that will keep you in that same little area without the need to really leave. All right, guys, one more thing to call out for you as well. So obviously we're coming up with the wants and needs we think they're important for each of these areas, but if you guys have specific wants and needs or specific questions, frankly, about doesn't have to be one of these areas, any area here in the metro, reach out anytime. So that number popping up down below, you know, we would love to hear from you. You can call us, text us, email us, whatever works for you guys, any time of day. You know, we'd love to help you because it's tricky, obviously, coming up with what, you know, we think is important to everybody. Everyone has their own unique situation. And, you know, if you don't want to call us or whatever, feel free, drop a comment down below. If you're interested in a certain area, if you're interested in a certain topic, we'd love to cover it for you guys because end of the day, we're here trying to bring value to you guys. So whatever you guys want to know, any insight we can bring to you, let us know anytime.
Taking into account that Joe's always worried about your budget, I do want to talk about the price point and living in each of these areas. So
fitting that Littleton might be a little bit cheaper, you know, just always consider it for you guys.
He's always pushing up Littleton because he lives there. You know, he likes to.
Nah, in all honesty.
Looking at the mountains and all this stuff.
Castle Rock's got a lot of wins too. I'm just telling you, Littleton might be slightly cheaper, so budget's a problem. You know, just put it out there, whatever.
Guys, and with that being said, what Joe's referring to is actually they are very similar.
They are, yeah, they're pretty similar.
Price point. So see, Joe's just trying to get you to be his neighbor.
That's it. That's it. Come hang out.
I don't know, but the medium price point in Littleton is actually about $650,000. So definitely, you know, a price point that includes single-family, townhome, condominiums. Keep in mind, we do always talk about median prices, and so that will encompass all of those, you know, types of housing. And then the other thing too with Castle Rock, the housing costs are actually around $700,000. So yes, a little bit more expensive. Oh, really? You know, see, Mr. That anyway, he can get you to move to be his neighbor. He needs more friends. So definitely something to consider.
Oh, I just think I'm Monique over here.
There we go. So something to consider if you are, you know, looking to live in either area. We just like giving you guys a, you know, framework of what it could cost if you are looking to live, you know, closer to the mountains, or if you are interested in living, you know, closer to shopping, what you can expect to pay.
100%. We got you guys on either front. So realistically, they're both great areas, both come at a great price point, and we can make really any budget worth, whether, you know,
What?
Like Monique was saying, whether it's a condo, townhome, or single family, we got prices across the board. So really great options there for you guys. Another thing to call out too for you guys. So in terms of just, you know, we talked about outdoor activities and all that, but in terms of entertainment as well. So they both do have a lot of other fun stuff to do in the area. So Castle Rock specifically, you know, we've talked about some of the stuff to do, but they also have some very unique outdoor activities as well. So they have Philip S. Miller Park. That's something kind of unique to that area, to where it's a big jungle gym that they have there. It's a big park, frankly, but it's got a big jungle gym on it. It's got, you know, a whole incline over there as well, kind of reminiscent of down in the Springs. They have the true incline. There's like a mini incline, but just a lot of unique things for the kids to go hang out, because a lot of parks will just be, you know, slide and some swings, nothing super exciting. This thing is legit. We'll get some drone footage. We'll show you guys what that looks like, but this place is really, really cool. That's something Littleton doesn't have, right? So throwing some points to the Castle Rock side, but realistically, they both just have a lot of fun stuff to do outside, so you will not be bored in either place. A lot of great activities.
Guys, so we've talked to you about all the shopping, all the outdoor activities, what to do for fun. If you are moving to Colorado and you are bringing with you your little ones, obviously one of the most important things you are going to look into is schools. One of the great things about both of these areas is they both have great school districts.
They do. Yeah, no, I'll admit it.
Yep, so definitely Littleton. I'm surprised. I was waiting for Joe to say that. Littleton, you know, is one of the best ones. But actually, they're both really good school districts. So you do have access to Littleton School District, and you also have access to Douglas County. So definitely great school districts, you know, if you are looking to move, and that is one of your concerns. You know, both areas would definitely be worth checking out.
Yeah, both typically land top 5 in the Denver metro. So really, you can't go wrong in either area. Schools are not going to be a problem in either one, and you see that reflected in resale, as we always talked about. So resale in both these areas is phenomenal because the schools are phenomenal. So just something to consider for you guys.
Guys, and with that being said, Joe and I love making these videos for you, but we would also love to help with any real estate needs you may have. Please feel free to call us or leave any comments below. We'd gladly look forward to helping you guys, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll talk to you in the next one.